welcome back to the channel real quick. Y'all see this Hemi behind me, a Charger. It's a Dodge Charger. Well, anyway, it came in with a customer simply wanted these. Y'all know what these are? There's 4 of them. Okay, so these are called MDS solenoid. All right, now I'm gonna go over in a separate video what these do. Okay, but there's only one problem. I refuse to put these on. I'm gonna tell you why. This car has an extremely loud knocking noise. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is not gonna fix the noise that's coming from this engine. All right, so here's what I want to run by you, newbies or you new guys getting into the mechanic field. Be very careful when you get customers that demand that you replace certain parts, okay, without you diagnosing them. All right, so I'm a veteran, I'm a seasoned veteran, so you can't just come into a shop or the shop that I'm working at and I'm dispatched a job and simply tell me I need 4 MDS solenoid. Okay, so what will essentially happen is you could potentially marry that car. All right, so now just say I go through with the job with his request. Install the MDS solenoid. We started up and it still have this loud knocking noise. I am now held liable and responsible for the repairs up until a certain extent, but you don't want that drama in your life from the beginning, man. So I know sometimes it's kind of slow and you need the hours, but guys, it's a saying go in a game of dominoes, all money ain't good money. Okay, so you got to remember that and keep that in mind. All money is not good money. No matter what, how many hours, 4 or 5 hours, whatever they charge the guy to do the job, I refuse to do them because it has a lower end engine knock. Now in a second, I'm gonna let you hear the knock, and you can judge for yourself. The MDS solenoid, I assume, was requested because they have fault codes for MDS solenoid. That's another caution I want to leave with you. You do not always need a particular part based off the particular fault code name. Okay, so the stuff got to be diagnosed, man. You can't just go, I'll use a map sensor for instance. You can't just see a map sensor circuit low fault code and put a map sensor on it and think you've done it, you fixed it. Okay, first of all, the code says circuit is a circuit fault. Okay, so that means it's highly an electrical problem. Okay, so you gotta get out of the habit of replacing a part based off the fault code name. All right, I've learned that a long time ago, and I've been sticking by that motto for a while now. So, without making this video too long, let me let y'all hear the noise exactly what I'm talking about. I refuse to install MDS solenoid. There's something else. It doesn't matter because if the internal, it doesn't matter what they want to install. Just same thing I always say about compression tests. Doesn't matter if they want to tune up throttle body plug wise. None of that matters if the internals of the engine is not working properly. Okay, that brand new spark plug is not going to bring compression back in any cylinder. So be careful just installing parts, man. I'm just getting here. So imagine if I hadn't start this car up, man. I would have simply just started turning it down, installing the MDS solenoid. I would have been in hot water after I started and found out that it has problems. Go figure, guys. All right, so I'm gonna turn the camera around. I'm gonna take the camera around and I'm gonna try to start it. It's not many people here. It may get a little loud, it may not, but at any rate, it is a lower end bottom noise that I refuse to do anything external to. Basically what we need to do to properly, I'm gonna recommend this. I'm not just simply gonna say I'm not doing it. No, I'm gonna recommend what I deem necessary to find the problem. And it's a simple word called tear down time. Okay, we need to tear it down. We need to, because it's a lower end, to me it sounds like a lower end knock. Because it's a lower end knock, I basically need to pull the oil pan. Now, tear down time is some people remove the head. So it depending on what you're chasing will define the term tear down time. Sometimes it can mean remove the cylinder head. That's if you chasing a misfire, burnt valve or something like that, then yeah, you need to remove the cylinder head, but in this case I have a lower end knock, so I need to remove the oil pan in order to gain access to the piston rods. So what I'm gonna end up doing is probably taking the rod caps off, or actually seeing if any of them noisy, and then take them off and take a look at the bearings. So it's a process, and you got to determine which part of the teardown time you want to do. And that's why some guys like to charge a hefty amount to cover both. They might not need to take down both, but they always charge enough money to cover just in case they have to remove the head and the oil pan. But in this case, I think I'm gonna have to remove the oil pan because I think it is a bottom end knock. All right. So let me stop wasting time. Let me turn this camera around, let y'all hear this noise. Hang tight, don't go nowhere. First, let me go to an ad break. I'll be right back. All right, guys, this is what I was talking about. Now, unfortunately, I'm unable to rev it up because I'm out here. It doesn't. This is ETC, so you don't have a throttle cable. So when you rev this thing up, you can hear that bottom end knock extremely loud. All right, so I don't want to rev it up and maybe push a rod or throw a rod or anything like that. I don't want to be the cause of the complete engine failure to be my fault. And yes, number one, first thing you should check is the oil level. It is full of oil. Okay, so like I say, man, one of the things you gotta be mindful of is how far you want to go before you start taking chances or taking risk. And this is as far as I want to go. All right, MDS solenoids will do nothing for this car. Okay, I highly recommend you extra teardown time. All right, so what I'm gonna do, like I say, I'm unable to rev it up. I wish I can rev it up so you can hear the bottom end. They go knock, 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 knock. That is bottom end rod knock. All right, so now this Hemi has a history of camshaft lobes wearing because of the lifters. Lifters come apart and essentially chew into the camshaft, but that would set off a certain kind of tick, knock sound. Even leaking exhaust bolts would set off a different kind of tick, knock sound. So you gotta have a trained ear to know to separate the three. All right, there's three different type noises these Hemi can give off, and you just gotta be mindful and know which one. Like if it's a heavy hard knock, first of all, there's a difference between a ticking noise and a knocking noise. All right, so you have to have a trained ear to know to tell the difference. It's as simple as that, guys. Now this one, it sounds like it's ticking, right? The average mechanic will go, wow, making a ticking noise, typical Hemi. I need all the lifters and camshaft. But no, rev it up, knock, 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 knock. That is lower end bottom noise. All right, there's no one here, so I don't have a throttle to do this number, but that's all I want to talk about, man. I just want to enlighten you guys. Be mindful of what you get yourself into. I could have easily got married to this car, and I have enough wives out there. I'm married to enough cars out there as it is, so I do not want to be married to another. So let me go explain to the service guy and the customer where we at. I will not be putting on MDS solenoid. By the way, they're fairly easy. Okay, the intake come off, and you have solenoids. It's four of them they're fairly easy to replace. It's just that they're expensive, and you would be doing an expensive job for absolutely nothing. So basically, in the customer eyes, what they're thinking is, when I put those 4 solenoids on, this knocking noise will go away. No, that is not the case, people. Let's use some sense. Let's use some common sense. That is not the case. And any mechanic that will go through that anyway is setting themselves up for failure, or setting themselves up for trouble they could have easily avoided. All right, so I'm gonna shut this thing down, man. I'm tired of listening to it. It was extremely loud earlier. Okay, so like I say, it is full of oil. All right, always check that. But I'm done, man. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. Comment and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.